beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. My name is Trinity and I cannot wait to shine and align with you guys today. Today we are diving into something we have all faced, and that is self-doubt. Whether it's that nagging voice in your silly little mind telling you that you're not good enough, or whether you are scared of stepping out of your comfort zone. Trust me, we have all been there. But guess what? We are not staying. I am here to share some powerful steps of overcoming self-doubt and building that unshakable confidence that you deserve. So let's get right into it. First, let's talk about what self-doubt really is. It is that inner critic that likes to point out every flaw, every imperfection, and make you feel like you're not worthy enough. It is the fear of not measuring up, the hesitation to not take risks, and constantly comparing yourself to others. But here's the thing. Self-doubt is not the truth. It is only a perspective that we are so kindly offered the power to change. One that's been driven inside of us since we were children. It is not our inherent perspective. Are you living in an illusion based off of someone else's beliefs? Or do you have the courage to challenge your beliefs and think bigger? The first step to overcoming self-doubt is identifying where it is coming from. And I'm sorry, that is not capable of being done surrounded by other people all the time that are only furthering your self-doubt. What are the specific thoughts that trigger your insecurity? Is it about your appearance, your abilities, or maybe some past experiences? Take some time to journal these thoughts, please. Writing them down on paper makes them real, so then we can start to address the source of the problem. We have our minds running through 15,000 different things a day. I believe we have 80 to 100,000 thoughts per day. So filtering out the ones that no longer serve us is crucial to overcoming self-doubt. And I do this by journaling. I keep my journal with me everywhere I go because it is the only thing that I have found where I can finally give myself a moment to come back into my heart and ask myself, is this real? Like, is this actually happening? Or am I just making up a story in my head? Because my mind, your mind, is so powerful. God made our minds so freaking powerful. So we must address these problems at the source. And the source comes in here. Remember, what we don't confront, we cannot change. With other of my episodes on my channel, I'm very, very direct about that. For a long time, it was really hard for me to admit to some of the trauma that I've been through. It was really hard for me to confront people about the way that they were treating me. And I just would accept it, or I'd bottle it down. I would drown myself in different substances. And guess what? That doesn't do you any good. Face your fears, face yourself, face the things that you've been through, because it makes you that powerful, amazing, independent being that you were meant to be. That being that is full of unconditional love. For me, the insecurities and the enemy has always attacked my body image, my self-image, the things that I would eat. My relationship with food was completely destroyed. I would not allow myself to eat certain things that I enjoyed or allow myself to feel full. And it just completely destroyed the relationship with myself. I was putting so much validation on my external appearance where I wasn't actually tuning into what makes me healthy and what makes me happy. So please, for the love of God, figure out what those thoughts are so we can address the source of the problem. Another thing is the self-image thing. I've struggled with acne, and my body deals with emotions by giving me acne. What a gift, God. Thank you. But am I gonna allow that to control me? No, instead, I give myself compassion and realize when I'm breaking out that my body is trying to tell me something, that my body, my emotions are trying to tell me something. And if I just sit with them, I know that it'll go away. And although it doesn't always help in the moment because you can't get rid of it right away, it definitely helps you get to the source of the problem. Asking those hard questions, what is going on? Why is my body reacting this way, right? And another thing that I always have dealt with was not feeling pretty enough. My parents, when I was growing up, used really negative words to describe other beings. And so I kind of started using those words to describe myself and relying on external validation to fulfill my heart and fulfill my worthiness. That is just not truth, you know? And those kinds of words should never be used. Like, what makes something pretty or not? What makes something ugly or not? Like, who defines that? You don't look at a freaking frog and call it ugly, you know? So don't talk to yourself that way. And another quote that I've loved and I've used from one of my favorite podcasters, Leo Skepi, is, you know, sunsets and flowers are both pretty. Do they sit at each other and just compare themselves to one another every day? No, they just bask in their own beauty and they shine on like the diamonds that they are, you know? The overarching feeling of not feeling good enough or being loved for all that you are is something that we have all been through. So please do not shame yourself for seeking help and watching different videos like this, because this right here is what has changed my life internally. Now that you have identified those negative thoughts, it is now time to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? What evidence do I have to support it? Often you will find that these doubts are based on assumptions and not facts. Replace these negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, say, I am capable and I am worthy of everything I desire in this lifetime. This is not just positive thinking. This is retraining your brain to see your true value. And if you have to continue to repeat a thought over and over and over again until it is your truth, do it. That's what I did. Just keep on fucking do it. Like, you sound crazy, but who fucking cares? If it makes you feel better, fucking do it. Like, I literally look at myself in the mirror every morning and I'm like, I'm a bad bitch. I am a bad bitch and I'm gonna have a good day today. I am going to create an amazing day. I am showing up as Trinity Infinity. It's 4:20. I don't want to be up right now, but guess what? I'm gonna have a good day anyways. And this shit gets me really fucking hyped because you know what? Life is hard sometimes and it's not easy. The things that we go through on a day-to-day basis, no one knows about. You know, everyone is fighting a battle that we have no idea about. So be kind. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others, please. I literally spend most of my day talking to myself. I use my handy dandy voice memos app and I talk to myself, talking back to that little shit of a voice in my head that I like to call Trashy Trin trying to fuck with me. Because guess what? Trashy Trin does not get to live in my mind rent-free, and neither do any of the people that no longer serve you. Your ex-boyfriends, your family members that maybe you don't like anymore, anybody. If they are not serving you, they are not respecting you, and they are not valuing you the way that you value yourself and deserve to be valued, boy, bye. Like, get the fuck out of my life. Get out of my mind. I have to deal with my own little shit of a voice. I don't need to deal with yours too, okay? And that's what you gotta tell yourself. Like, you have to deal with your own thoughts that fucking suck sometimes. Don't allow somebody else's thoughts to creep in. This is normal. Please do not shame yourself. And this is another reason why I always recommend filming yourself, because you will start to realize the little shit of a voice that continues to talk to you and make you feel like you're not worthy of something. Because I didn't even know what was going on in my head until I started filming myself. I swear to God. Like, I started filming myself and the first YouTube video I ever created, I refilmed that 4 to 5 different times. When I was editing that, the way that I was talking to myself, I was like calling my fucking I was calling myself stupid. I was getting mad at myself over the camera. Like, what? Like, that's crazy. Why? You know, like, we got to figure out these things so then we can fix them, or not fix them, but at least try our best to not continue these patterns of self-destruction. Like, we have to deal with life struggles, challenges, and battles every day. At least make your head a nice place to be. Make your mind a peaceful place to be. And by doing these things, we ensure that we do that. We ensure that we give that love to ourselves. Like, even now, I'm looking down at my stomach, making sure that I don't see a little pooch. Why? Like, I am normal. I am perfectly healthy. But these things still cross my mind, guys. You know, this has been something I've practiced every day for fucking 2 years and I still have these thoughts. Okay, so this means that this is a daily practice for you. You have to commit to it. This is fucking work. We have to unlearn the behaviors and patterns that we've been taught since childhood, since birth. Unlearn them, fix them, and make them serve you so you can be kind to yourself, and then you can spread that love to other people and lift them up and encourage them, just like I am encouraging you right now. I also have a full playlist on my YouTube channel with all different creators named I Am Safe to Be in My Heart that have really helped me identify and reframe all of the negative thoughts to positive ones. So I really recommend you trying that playlist. I will link it up in the description below. It has really helped me because you know what? When you're not searching for external validation anymore, you don't find it as much. So guess what we got to do? We have to give ourselves that same external validation. So we got to look ourselves in the mirror and be like, I'm beautiful. I am gorgeous. Inside and out. Like, it is okay to say those things to yourself. Nobody should shame you for making you for saying those things. If it makes you feel better, say it to yourself. Like, I used to feel so embarrassed. Why? Like, I deserve to tell myself that I look pretty today. I deserve to tell myself that I look like a bad bitch, that I am a bad bitch inside and out. So please do that for yourself. Make yourself feel good. I practice these positive affirmations every day, sometimes multiple days on my really bad days, especially when I'm having troubles with thinking about something I'm about to eat. You know, I have to tell myself, Trinity, you work so hard. Your body works so fucking hard for you. Like, it is okay to feel full. It is okay to give your body the things that it needs to replenish your soul, to make you have energy, to give you life force, to give you that encouragement that you are, to be that light in this world that you are, you know? Like, don't deprive yourself of those things, those simple things that we are so grateful to have in our lives. The abundance and access to food and water, you know? Thank you, God, for all the resources right at our fingertips. I am so grateful. We must have the courage and humility to admit that we need help. That is the first step. I personally remember looking at my first podcast and it was how to get over your ex. And I felt so embarrassed. I remember telling one of my coworkers and I remember telling him, I'm like, I'm not going to tell you today. Maybe I'll tell you in the future. And it's like, why? Why is that embarrassing? Like, I need help, you know? And then it was after that, how to be confident, because I needed some boost. Like, I needed some boost because other people like to tear you down. That little shit of an ex of mine fucking made me feel like so small. So I needed to rebuild my confidence. And having the courage to admit that humility and that fault inside myself led me to the help that I needed. You know, it is not embarrassing to search for help and ways to build confidence and ways to reassure yourself so you don't crave that from other people. That is the key to get it even more, is by not craving it from other people. You just shine on, you're magnetic, and then it just happens to you. And it feels really good when it happens. You're able to look at yourself and be like, you know what? Thank you. I really appreciate that compliment, you know? And it is not embarrassing to create a healthy relationship with yourself and a healthy relationship with God. Okay, so please prioritize those things, because you are not able to spread that same kind of love and kindness to others until you have that within yourself. So please use these resources to your advantage, beautiful people. Self-doubt loves to keep us stuck, but confidence is built through action. The more you do, the more you realize you are so capable of doing. It is so crazy how God made us so strong. Start small if you need to, but take that first step that you've been wanting, that you've been dreaming of. Take that step. Have the courage, okay? You know, fear of lack, fear of all of these little things, it's all an illusion. It's not reality. Okay, you create your own reality. I promise you that. And if you're struggling, I promise you that God has your back. He is looking after you. Okay, so release all of your worries into the wind and focus on the present moment and focus on what you're doing right now. Go chase your dreams and don't ever give up. Keep on going, because I promise you it will pay off. I'm still waiting for it to pay off for me. Okay, but that doesn't mean that I won't stop believing, okay? Whether it's speaking up in a meeting, trying a new hobby, posting on social media, setting a boundary with someone you no longer want in your energetic force field, each of these steps builds your confidence, builds your trust within yourself. Each action chips away at self-doubt and builds self-confidence and builds trust within. And when you have that trust within, you just automatically start trusting more people. Because guess what? It feels good. It feels good to trust people. It feels good to trust yourself. Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear. It is taking action in spite of that fear. Fear doesn't go away. As you get more successful, as you get more confident, fear will still try to creep in. And that's when you gotta talk back to that little voice on your shoulder and tell it to fuck off. If you are someone built like me, sometimes taking action can actually look like taking inaction. I move 100 miles per minute every single day. So sometimes the best option for me is to just sit and be with myself. Sit in my own presence so I can then come back to my heart, come back to my safe place, come back to my peace within, and recognize, notice, and separate from the thoughts that are no longer serving me. Because guess what? We are not our thoughts. I choose not to shame myself for resting and relaxing because I choose to listen to my body and what she is telling me. We are heavily influenced by our environment, so please make sure yours is uplifting. Curate your social media to follow accounts that inspire you and motivate you to be the best version of yourself that you can be. Unfollow any and all accounts that trigger trashy thoughts that are not you. Release the fear of being judged for looking like a crazy person or for unfollowing someone because you're scared that they might not like you anymore. It doesn't matter. Like, think about it. It is just an app. That's what I continue to tell myself. It is just an app. If you have to do something to make yourself feel better, do it. Big fucking whoop. Do they live inside your brain or your body? No. So do what is best for you. This was hard for me at the start because I was dealing with the same thoughts, fearing that people might not like me anymore. I kind of quit everything all at once because I'm one extreme to the next. And so it was really difficult for me because it was like the old version of me completely died. I didn't have any more friends. I was completely isolated. But guess what? That's when you come out on top. And when you have that fear nagging in your mind, that is the exact sign that you need to take that action. Do it anyways. Who cares? Fear lasts like for 5 seconds. And the feeling that you get after you prove to yourself that you just did something that you didn't know that you were capable of doing is a feeling that you can never replicate. It makes you so confident, makes you feel so good, and it makes you feel like you can literally tackle any challenge that comes your way. So please, go for it. You got this. Read books, watch videos, and do things that reinforces your value and your worth. When you are surrounded by positivity, it is so much harder for self-doubt to take roots in your being. Then all the human beings that are truly meant to be in your life will be automatically magnetized to you. And all the beautiful people will just naturally be attracted to you. You won't have to do anything or force anything. And they will really fill that void in your heart of the people that weren't supposed to be there because they will genuinely care about you and what makes you better and what makes you feel good. And they'll listen to you. Finally, celebrate your wins, big or small. Confidence grows when we acknowledge our progress. Keep a journal of your achievements. Notice how far you've come and acknowledge the progress that you've made. Celebrate those wins. Treat yourself. It's not about being perfect. It's about recognizing your efforts and celebrating yourself for being who you truly are, your authentic, beautiful self. Give yourself credit for your journey. You are doing amazing. You are doing amazing, and it is so important to remind yourself of that because life will be throwing you ups and downs, left and right turns all the time. So developing that inner solitude, that peace, that confidence will give you the courage to stand up and continue to take action despite any fears and any challenge that is thrown your way. Have the courage to know and understand that you are being safely guided on your life path that God has perfectly mapped out for you. It's already done. There's a reason why He puts desires in your heart, okay? And He will do everything to make sure that those happen for you. It may not be on your timeline. Trust me, I have to continue to tell myself that, but it will happen, and just keep believing that. Now I want to share a personal story with you, a time that's something that really tested my self-esteem. Low-key, I struggle with this shit every single fucking day, and that's just me being completely honest. When I started becoming my own boss, running 2 different YouTube channels, completely going full-time real estate, you have to really shift your mindset. I was a bartender. So I went to work, worked a 9-to-5 job, came home, always got money at the end of the day. And then when you start working for yourself, you realize that's not how it works in the real world. You basically have to practice such you have to practice such intentional self-discipline. It is wild. You have to retrain your brain from everything that you used to think it was about. You don't just get money handed to you at the end of the shift. You don't get a pat on the back for doing a good job. No, you got to do that yourself, and you have to invest in yourself. Like, I don't get money by just showing up to work, and I have to work really, really freaking hard. And so not having that external validation, not having, that stability has been really, really difficult for me. So financially struggling has really tested my faith. It's really, really tested everything about what I knew. And I've learned a lot through this process, but I just want to let you know that you're not alone. And things like this will continuously pop up into your life, and it's all about how you handle them. It really taught me that money has nothing to do with your worthiness. You are worthy whether you have money, whether you don't, just because you exist, and that money will come. You just have to trust, and I'm still fucking trusting. Trust me, I get it. But you just have to continue to show up every fucking day. You have to show up for yourself. You have to show up for your dreams. You have to show up the same way that you would show up for your loved ones. And what I realized is I was believing so much in all these things that weren't really my dream. But if I took all that time, which I have over the last 5 to 6 months, drilling that into myself, of course it's meant to happen. My dreams are meant to happen. It's just a matter of time. And you just have to be that voice of encouragement for yourself, because in the real world, nobody tells that to you. I'm like, oh my God, I am so encouraging to random people. I don't know how I've always been like this, but it's really something that you should just continue. And that's kind of what separates the people that are successful and the people that aren't. It's not a competition. We are all on our own journeys. And that's why we have to search out for people that uplift us and make us feel like the best versions of ourselves. What I learned about this is that confidence is not about never feeling any doubt. It is about moving forward despite the doubt that you may feel. And if I can do it, you can do it too. Trust me, because I've been through some shit, and I know that you have too. But we are not defeated. We keep on keeping on. So go get them, girl. Final tip, start talking to yourself in third person. This has really, really freaking helped me. I will literally talk to myself being like, Trinity, shut the fuck up. You need to learn when to listen. You need to learn when to get rid of some thoughts and when to invite thoughts in. Learn to talk to yourself in a kind, sweet way, and learn to also tell yourself to shut the fuck up, because sometimes we need to shut the fuck up. We must release the importance that we give to different things, especially the importance that we give to our thoughts, because our minds are so fucking powerful. The stories that we tell ourselves are not even true half the time. So listen to the facts. Do not listen to the stories that you tell in your head. Write them down on paper and consider that what you are telling yourself may not be the truth. It's really hard sometimes, nobody likes to be wrong, but the courage to admit that you are wrong is so much better than just living in this lie that you continue to tell yourself. And when you do this, you begin to acknowledge your thoughts. You begin to accept your thoughts, and then you begin to notice your thoughts and reframe your thoughts a lot quicker than you used to. It's a challenge every single day, but when you start to notice your improvement and how quickly you changed your frame of thinking, it starts to become empowering, and you're like, wow, I didn't stay stuck in this thought all day and cried myself to sleep. Oh my God, I didn't allow this person to affect me. Oh my God, I didn't take something personally that I definitely would have 3 months ago. And then you can give yourself a nice pat on the back, because guess what? That's a win. That's improvement. Finally, every moment is a new moment. You are the you that you choose to be. So here's your challenge. Pick one of these steps and start today. Start right here, right now, today. You can do it. I believe in you. Instead of calling your best friend to tell her about all of your problems, about your ex-boyfriend, about how you can't afford to get gas, start doing this. It'll make you feel better, I promise. Whether it's journaling your thoughts, taking that first action, or surrounding yourself with positive people, take one of those actions today. Do it for yourself. You deserve it. And remember, this journey is not about perfection. It is about progress. And every step you take moves you closer to your goals. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, turn on your bell notifications for more. I have so much juiciness to always share with you guys, and I really appreciate all of your support. Please share this with someone that you know needs that little encouragement, needs that voice of motivation, that's feeling really, really stuck right now. Because, when we share, we care. And when we share things we also give that person the opportunity to help themselves and love themselves. And that's such a beautiful thing that we are all gifted with. If you have a phone, we are abundant, and use your resources to your advantage. Please don't forget to subscribe for more empowering content. You are worthy, you are capable, and you've got this. I believe in you. Until next time, stay empowered and keep shining beautiful. I love you, God loves you, and please tune in for next week's episode with Shine and Align with Trinity Infinity herself. I'm so appreciative for all your support, and I hope you have the most beautiful day. You deserve it.